What is going on, everybody? And welcome to episode number 114. That's 114 episodes of the pre-patch podcast. How are you guys doing?
Feeling like I'm on an episode of Sesame Street at this point.
I'm gonna punch YouTube in the fucking face. It's doing it again.
No.
Bro, I don't know why I hate YouTube.
So it must.
It's something
Yeah,
with
it's gotta be your OBS splitter.
Yeah, but I tested it on my personal. What we're talking
Does it
about,
flesh out?
Huh?
Or is it just?
What it's doing. It's okay. Again, for everybody that's listening, I apologize. But for everybody, well, actually, I apologize for everybody that's viewing on YouTube. For all of our listeners, you're not going to know any different. But we stream this live on YouTube and on Twitch. And I'm going to monitor it again. But what it seems to be happening is it overloads our bit rate. Like it just sent over at least from what it said, 90,000 kilobytes worth of bit.
I'd say you're overcompensating for something.
Sure. So it's just super weird. I don't know why it's doing it, but it's like definitely sending.
It seems like it's stabilized though.
No, it's about to drop again because I can see it right now. It's gonna say it's gonna drop. So I don't know.
There it is. There's the stutter.
There's the stutter. So
okay.
I don't know. I don't know why it's doing it. I'm gonna have to. I thought I tested it on my own private channel of just doing a private stream, and it worked perfectly fine with doing the YouTube side of things at the exact same settings. So it's got to be something with our stream key. I'm gonna have to do something and reset that. So. So yeah, head over to Twitch, guys, if you're over here on the YouTube side of things,
or suffer through it.
Yeah, or suffer through it. Sorry.
Thank you, Enigma, as well.
Yep. But I will also apologize for being slightly late. That one you can blame on me. It is my fault and my fault alone, as I had a run-in with Johnny Law. And
the Popo wasn't too happy with his.
Did he have a big iron on his hip?
Yeah, but hey, you know what? Johnny Law came after me and
that smart ass car of yours.
That's not what of course that's not what the Bible says. The Bible says the opposite. But anyway, yeah, no. Thank God for Teslas and it recording literally everything, including how fast I was going at a certain thing. Because the cop was like, "You're speeding." And I was like, "No, I wasn't. Here's the fucking driver's log." So. Yeah. Anyway, mute my damn system sounds. Oh, whatever, man. Hey, you guys get to hear system sounds. Fuck off. You guys are gonna wonder what's going on.
By the way, can I just say, episode 114. This is a very special episode.
Oh,
because it is a leap year.
It is. Holy shit! Today, you're not wrong.
Yep.
The next time we would have a podcast on a leap year is in 2052. I'd be 52
What episode
years
is that
old.
going to be if we keep up the rate we're going?
Every week. How many we'd have to calculate how many episodes we do in a year.
Somebody watching live calculate that out for us. Let us know
Can you
do
that? 2052, February 29th, 2052. What episode?
That's not
will we
true.
Be on?
Oh wait, you're saying that's when the next time that we will do a show
the next
on
leap year on a Thursday night.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute, a leap year happens every 4 years. What kind of fucking Ohio school bullshit?
Next year it'll be on a Friday and then a Saturday. It's got to go through the rotation.
Okay.
I mean, this is pretty big, man.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Damn, we should have that's what we should have labeled it. Well, anyway.
Post.
Thank you for enjoying. What is this? I'm making up words now. Thank you for conjoining and enjoying and rejoining the show on this leap year. It's a special day, and so thank you for joining us live. If you're not live, well, we still love you. Just maybe not as much. Just slightly a little bit less.
Also, Enigma is here with us in spirit.
Yeah.
Big love to Enigma. Hopefully you get better here soon. We would love to have you.
Buddy.
Broski's back is still broken.
Still tweaking. Yep.
That's what man. Dude,
it's from carrying the show for so long. Honestly, he deserves a break.
Yeah,
it is.
Just not a break in his back though. It just needs to be fixed.
Yep. All right, man. This show's gonna be. It's a good show. Obviously we are 3-man strong, right? And we've got some topics to talk about. Unfortunately, was it last year or the year before last? All that we talked about for a long time was all about fucking the Activision merger, right? This year, it is nothing but damn layoffs, unfortunately. So quite a bit of layoff stuff we're going to talk about. We're also going to be talking a little bit about Rainbow Six and the new stuff that dropped there. We've got Rebirth talk. We got gambling talk. So super excited about all of that.
We got the calculation in.
What is it? 1,458
days.
Jeez.
Okay.
Episodes.
Can the internet handle that much of my saltiness? I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, man.
Maybe that's why YouTube is.
You guys would be old fucks.
Fuck, I may be dead at that point. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man, who knows?
Anyway, all right. Let's kick off into games. I'm not Enigma. I know you're fucking sitting there cringed up, waiting to see if I'm gonna do it. If I'm gonna push the button that is gonna make the gaming transition sounds. Should I do it?
I could have heard them.
Should I do it?
Can you let me hear them?
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I don't know.
No, we can't hear them.
Oh, we can't even.
They were pretty entertaining, though. I enjoyed them, for better or worse.
I won't do it. All right. Well, we are going to kick off with the latest game that we have been playing, and I do have a new game to bring to the table. Okay. Well, I've been playing. I mean, I played a new game.
Every week is what Sin's been playing.
I'm sure Bill will have a new game here soon with Rebirth. That'll be a.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So I'm actually this is a game that caught my eye, and I heard about it from actually another show that I listened to, and it's from the Giant Bombcast. I love that show, and they were talking about this game, so I picked it up. It's called Balatro. It is a deck builder gambling game. So one, I enjoy the card gambling side of Vegas. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's tone it back a little bit. But I do enjoy casinos and blackjack and Texas Hold'em and things like that. I also really enjoy roguelikes, and I really love these kind of style deck building games. And this is a very unique twist on all of that. So essentially, you are playing Texas Hold'em or poker, right? I wouldn't say that necessarily, I guess, Texas Hold'em, but you're playing poker, and you are going up against the small blind, the big blind, and the boss. And if you're unfamiliar with poker, there's a small blind is like you're basically betting in to play a hand. The big blind is a larger bet that says, like, I am definitely playing this hand. And then this one, they introduce the boss, which is like the big guy that you have to go at the very end and beat. And you have to earn a certain amount of money or points. And then when you earn that amount of points, you get to move to the next section. You win some cash, and then you get to buy more cards. And you start with a deck of 52 cards, just like you would with anything, any else. And you have a certain amount of discards and a certain amount of hands that you can play to win the round. And the object of the game is that each card has a certain amount of points or chips that they are worth. And they are usually the value, like in the starter deck, they all start with the same value of their face. So an ace is technically 11, because in poker, it can either be a 1 or an 11. And like in blackjack, you have your kings, all your face cards are 10, and then so on and so on, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so you're basically just trying to make connections, right? You're trying to be like, cool, like I need to make the best hand I can. So I'm trying to either do like a 2-pair, I'm trying to do a flush, a straight flush, or whatever else, and they all earn you points. Where the game sounds simple enough, but where the game gets super fucking addictive is where after you win or beat your blind, you then get money that you then go and buy cards, and you can buy booster packs, and you can buy jokers. You can buy these things called tarot. Well, they're called tarot cards, but you can buy tarot cards, and they all start to do different things. So like you'll buy a tarot card that'll be like, hey, we're going to take the ace and we're going to make it foil, and foil aces now get 50 points plus the additional 11 points. And then you might get a joker that says, hey, every time that you play a foil ace, it's going to be upgraded times 2, so you're to get double the points every single time that you play it for this round. And you just kind of continue to build these crazy decks to try to make the best possible hand that you can. You can have things that say, hey, turn all of the cards that I just played into hearts. So now half of my deck, or however many cards, are heart cards, right? So I have a better chance of getting like a straight flush, which earn me more points. And it's just, that's the loop. Like, that's just the loop of it. I see you stroking your beard over there and saying, what?
I don't know. I don't know any kind of like, I'm not familiar. The only gambling that I am like even a little bit familiar with is like blackjack.
Yeah. I was gonna say like goldfish, but you know,
goldfish. The fuck? Goldfish. Oh, they said goldfish. I was like, what the fuck is goldfish?
It's an interesting concept. I think. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's a weird take on the gambling world.
Yeah. The nice thing is that if you don't know enough or don't know anything about gambling, it teaches you, because which I guess that's not nice.
That's a great game to show your kids.
Teaches you how to gamble. No, well, it just like the run info section, that little button that you see, for anybody that is here watching, again, watch us live. But the run info section, it tells you like, hey, like you're going for two, like this is what two of a kind are. This is what a flush is. This is what a straight flush is. So you're not just kind of like left out in the cold if you don't understand gambling. And even if you don't like gambling at all, like the gambling aspect of it is extremely like low. Like it's just basically the paint around this roguelike deck building card game. Like if you took these cards and took out the fact that they are actual playing cards and just put in like, hey, monster cards, right? And you're going to have 2 monsters, or you need 3 monsters of this kind, 2 monsters of that kind. There you go, right? Like it's just the facade that is out front to like make this stand out in a way that is different than all the other, roguelike deck building card games that are out there. You're getting a vision right now of like the shop and how the shop works. And this is a little bit of the tutorial. So it tells you like, hey, like buy a Joker, buy a tarot card, buy this. Let me fast forward just a little bit so you guys can kind of see, but I'm telling you, like it's super.
I'm looking some stuff up about this, and it is actually wild, the success of this game.
Yes,
it grossed $1 million in 8 hours from a solo developer who doesn't play poker and is not familiar with other deck builder games. So
that's hilarious.
For some reason just decided that this was going to be his,
man.
Yeah,
just
the
come out with
solo
these
dev
bangers.
world is awesome. It's just it's wild that somebody who has no experience in either world made a game in both worlds, and it's succeeding like it is.
Yeah,
that is definitely impressive.
Here's the other crazy thing is that they allowed for the demo to be played for like 15 hours. You could dump like 15 hours into the demo and it doesn't stop you.
As much time as I would probably play a game like this and then not touch it again.
I mean,
no, that's just me. I burn out a game, so I play these games. I'm like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I play it for like 20 hours, and then I'm like, all right, that was the thing of the past.
Here's the sad thing about where I think that they missed is that this is not on mobile. Like this should have been a
great mobile game for sure,
because you don't have a lot of like extra button hitting and all that kind of stuff. Like it's very
how fast are like around. Like obviously.
I keep going. I'm almost 100% sure. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure because I specifically looked to see.
You're right.
It's console. It's PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. Is where
Google just be lying to me because the first thing you see whenever you type in Balatro is mobile game.
Really? That's weird.
But yeah, it's not on its list of platforms.
If they don't asking for it to be mobile,
if the dev does not put it out on mobile, someone's going to rip this off. I'm telling you right now, somebody will rip this off. There's someone right now already in the process, because this is not serious assets. Like this is easy.
You can recreate this within hours if you just have simple dev skills. But
it looks like, by the way, our YouTube side has ironed itself out. So if you're wanting to head over there, you're more than welcome to. So.
And my question though was how fast like could you potentially run through like just a regular run of this game?
Well, so there's not. I mean, your run is never ending.
So it's not after you kill the big big blind or whatever. You said?
So you go through. So right now, like this, what you're seeing is called the hook, and that is a boss. So every, I guess, round, like, well, not round, but every run, I don't know what you would call it, but like every section, right, is three things. It's the small blind, big blind, boss, and then you beat that, and then it gets harder, right? So now, like on the boss, I have to earn $600 during this one. So I'll run through that, beat the boss, and then now my next one will be small blind is 700, big blind is 900. It just keeps progressing harder and harder.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It just keeps
I can
going.
see the fun in that.
Yeah.
And you can do some wacky shit, man. There is stuff in here that just like you would not think of. And until I started to fall into the rabbit hole of Balatro, of like really, what you could do. Because at first I was just like, okay, well, cool. Like, yeah, I was going through this and beating stuff like extremely easily. Like I was just like, this is dumb. Like
You're a gambling pro, right?
Yeah, I'm a pro. I'm a master.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Counting cards. But then you started to see like, oh, like there is like a whole meta game that's happening underneath of like, can I build my discards? Can I need to use all my discards and then build my hands up, but then I need to do everything. Like it's wild. Like the stuff that you can start to do, like you can get like to-do lists for jokers that make it like, so that if you do the to-do list and your jokers doubled in size and now they re-trigger all over again. And then there's things that are just like, you want to play in normal poker, you would never win off a high card. Like you just don't want, like, only playing a high card. You wouldn't like just play an ace and try to win a game. But there's cards in here that are like, hey, only play the high card. And if you play the high card, it's worth like 150 times the value of what it normally would be. Like it's very, again, it's just good. Like it's a very simplistic but deep, good game with what you can do. And it's very easy to understand. I wish you guys could hear the music. The music is choice. Like it's just this like very 8-bitty like chip tune, like
elevator music, or
not even.
no?
It's like honestly,
is it smooth jazz like from the B movie?
Like
no, it's like it
Why
is
did
like
you have to reference that?
if you walked into a 19 like 70s like I don't know, like circus, like you're on the strip in 1977 and it's fucking like this old school circus with like smoke everywhere. Like people have been sitting in the same seat for like fucking 2 days on a bender, and like this just music in the background. I don't know. It just takes
something I always appreciate about Sin is how well he paints these pictures for us of the simplest things. Just talking about the music.
It's just good. I absolutely love games and developers like this, like Vampire Survivors, that take off that for rightful reasons. And like chat is saying, this game is way more fun than it truly has the right to be for what it looks like on its surface. But damn it, man, is it good? Like it's just a fucking good game.
It seems awesome, and like we said, like these solo devs, man, they kill it. It's them with the creativity to come up with this unique idea that nobody else is doing, and they just sell it, man. They hit it.
Like overwhelmingly positive. 10,000 reviews on Steam. Like when does that happen? $14, $15, $15. Yeah.
Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's made by, developed by Local Thunk is the developer. Local Thunk. First game that they developed on it. So congratulations to them. That is Balatro. Again, highly recommend if you are into card games, if you are into roguelikes, not even if you're into gambling at all. Just go, stop by, give it a try. You'll be pleasantly surprised at how much fun you'll have with this game. So, all right. I think that covers games. I don't think anybody else had any games. I know
you only had one.
I had one. That's it. I've been playing
Wow.
Last Epoch,
Yeah.
man. Like well,
Wow.
when I have chance to
Yes.
play video games, I'm not like work is killing me, but yeah, I've only played. This is Last Epoch. Is I
Still
have
enjoying Last Epoch.
Yeah, really enjoying
Still
it.
has sound. Still able to hear what's going on
No,
with the game.
yep, no Diablo issues. I can still hear it. It's not a problem
I
at all.
was wondering. Okay.
So
Have you hit endgame yet?
I have not hit in game here. I have found a really dope build. I'm doing a almost like a no hit.
No hit run. What?
No,
Oh,
yeah, no. So my build essentially is the shaman version of a spin to win build, right? Like spin to win, you hit one button and you just spin around, right? This is kind
Okay.
of right now. I do like I hit one button, it's a maelstrom. It casts a big tornado, like big thing around me, storm around me, and then as it does damage, like it builds up this meter that will then once it hits max, it'll just auto cast it again. So then it just keeps
Yeah.
going over and over and over again. So
Okay.
it's
So
cool.
it's an always hit.
Kind of, yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah.
then it casts like shock, and it has a chance to proc these other abilities. So it's cool. Like it's
Nice.
fun.
I gotta jump back in. I wanna do that Void Knight stuff.
Yeah, there's
I just haven't had a
the
chance.
servers have been decent. You know, there's still a little bit of issues here and there, like a little bit of rubber banding,
zones.
but not I haven't
Yeah.
had much of anything else, any kind of other problems. And been playing some more Hell Divers as well. Been enjoying that.
Me too.
For
I
sure.
finally got it.
And nice. How you
It
liking
is
it?
It's enjoyable, man. Everything that from what I saw, I knew I would love it. So definitely having a good time. I was struggling with the what are they called? The stratagems.
Stratagems, yeah.
But it's such a cool system. But at my fingers, I'm just like screwed up. Like, fuck, I can't put in these cheat codes.
Well,
man.
that's like the part of it. That's the whole like thing
it is,
behind
it
it.
is.
Yeah. Did you see the guy? I don't know if you saw my tweet that went out of the dude that programmed his
Joel?
stratagems
Yeah.
to
It was
his
called that.
fucking
Joel.
stream deck.
I seen that. I did see that.
Like,
I mean, clever.
Yeah. It's cheating though. It kind of.
I mean,
Cheating.
yeah.
I don't like it. I
Well,
think they should ban that guy.
It's so funny because the community,
They should put out a Super Earth broadcast.
That's not how you spread democracy, brother.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, the community rallied and was like, this is like, okay, not everybody, but a large part of the community rallied and was like, this motherfucker needs to be booted out because he's part of the automatons. He's having
Yeah.
he's just like part of the robot faction because he's doing all of this. And it's
Listen, the game is a
community's great.
big D&D campaign. It's amazing. Everyone's like just joining on fucking democracy.
Yeah, it's good. It's a great time. I think I did I talk about it on last week's show about doing that where the rumor about the PvP. I can't remember, Bill. Did I talk about that last week?
Well, we did talk about that, yeah.
Yeah. Where there's that, so there's talks of that. Also, I love the fact of how much the developer for Helldivers 2 is just leaning into this whole thing. And like they were talking about how there's one dude that has his entire sole job is just to like sign on and fuck with the Galactic War.
Yeah,
and
man.
just,
Joel.
like oh my god,
He's the dungeon master of it all.
He's watching it and being like,
Which is
send more automatons this way. So
it really is awesome. Like I was saying in the chat, like it is such a unique idea to give a game such massive longevity. Having it set up like that, like who else is doing that, man? It's amazing.
Yeah, I think the last time that was something of that nature I remember being super effective was Chrome Hounds way back in the day.
I don't remember. I remember you talking about that game before.
Chrome
I never
Hounds
played
was
it
so
myself.
good. Same concept, except you joined doing what they did with the PvP. But so that was a PvP game, but you would join as robots to take like Armored Core and then take like World of Warcraft factions, like how they have the Alliance and the Horde, and basically slam them together. And you just
Planet Side 2 doesn't do it, do they? Is that all just community ran, like community based, like, or do they have something of that system?
Well, you mean like where like somebody outside of it is like dictating the
like
flow?
on the outside, like controlling. No, it's just
that's all community
like
based,
dependent on the community and how they go about war, pretty much.
Yeah, that's all. That's all community based. It's got nothing to do with an actual.
Gotcha. Wasn't sure.
Themselves. So,
really cool though.
Yeah, so been enjoying that. And Bill, you've been playing not Rebirth, Remake, right?
Yeah. I've been playing Remake, getting pumped back up for Rebirth, doing a little bitty challenge run on that. Just get my gears loosened up, get ready for how that game plays, and kind of refresh myself and my community with the story so far. So
I'm
it's
hearing
been a fun
nothing but
time.
great things about Rebirth. Like,
Yeah, I've heard
except for
it's
one
pretty
thing.
fantastic.
I've heard one bad thing. But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. We won't go into it. It's not spoiler related, but it's just.
I've heard one bad thing too, so I'm curious if it's the same thing.
It's the way that they choose to wrap up toward the end.
Okay,
Of that.
I haven't heard that.
Oh yeah, it was just like.
But
yeah, go ahead.
what I've heard is people not liking how you kind of move around the environment. It feels a little clunky with like moving up elevation and stuff. It doesn't feel smooth and fluid as you would like an open world setting to be, but it's a nitpick.
Yeah, that I had heard that, but I just that most people that I heard that from kind of said the same thing. They were like, oh, this is just kind of a little thing. The only, like I said, thing that I've been hearing as far as knocking it is this like payoff like kind of thing where like they build you, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like that's where you went with this kind of thing. So but also keep in mind that this is the second game of the trilogy.
Trilogy that they're working on.
Yeah.
So
but it has piqued my interest enough to be like, should I buy a PlayStation for this? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy a PlayStation for this, but I'd like to buy a PlayStation for this. Because I'm hearing so many good things. It'll come to PC, just when. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah. So
it's the same time Final Fantasy 16 does, hopefully.
Buy a PlayStation Portal, chat says you're crazy. Yeah, right. All right. Well, let's move on to the news section of the show. And we've got a couple things to talk about. The first thing we're going to talk about is a new Pokemon Legends coming in 2025. Question mark?
No question mark. Big hype.
This is confirmed?
Yeah, confirmed. They have a trailer and everything out for it.
Oh, is there a trailer in this? Did the game's radar give us the trailer? Is this the trailer right here? This drawing of Pikachu?
I can send you a trailer. That's how the trailer starts. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it really not the is the trailer not on here? What the hell? Okay. Well, let's talk about this. So, Pokemon. I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, right? I'm not like a nut for Pokemon. But do you think that? Excuse me. Excuse me.
Bless.
Okay. Another one's coming. Hold on.
Always in threes.
Went for 3 of a kind and got it.
Got him.
So, do you think Pokemon is going to sit back and Game Freak is gonna sit back and go, we got to do something to battle Pal World? Like, do you think we're going to see a Pal World style something within Pokemon Legends?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No.
You mean
I think this game's been in development since before Pal World was even on Pokemon's radar. I think this is going to be more of the same. I would like to see some pretty decent leaps and bounds, and Legends Arceus was kind of a big jump for Pokemon in general.
that was
So
the
I'm
open
hoping
world
that the
one, right?
Legends series is
That was the open world one, right? Like the
Yeah.
Legend series is their open world series. Like
well, I mean, Scarlet and Violet's pretty open world as well, but they took a lot
their
of
Breath of the Wild style open world,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Sorry, I'm not up to date on my Pokemon game knowledge, so
You're good. You're good. But Legends, that's where they really experimented with a lot of things that made Scarlet and Violet feel a little bit more unique. So I'm hoping that this series is kind of their test bed series. Plus, it's from a generation that a lot of people like and a lot of people feel is underserved, which is the X and Y series. So the trailer is pretty much it's weird. It's a whole lot of
What the
nothing.
hell is this?
Kind of yeah, it's a whole lot of nothing.
it's more of a
If you're familiar with Arceus, Arceus was kind of like a way back prequel where people are still making Pokeballs out of like nutshells and stuff like that, and it was very like old school. This feels like they've moved the timeline up a bit, and it's like in an urbanization era, like like the
like the
Industrial Revolution type
industrial.
thing.
Yeah,
So
Well,
it's
I mean,
kind of a cool time period for Pokemon.
yeah, it
Uh,
is.
what I just, I here's the thing, right? Like, I get that this has been in development. I understand that this has been out there for a while, right? But it's not like the game is still in a state where it couldn't be a little tweaked and worked on. Like, there's still a year out, right? At minimum, if the game fully does actually launch at 2025. I think personally, with that date, I 100% think that this will be close to, if not 100%, a launch title for the Switch 2, because the Switch 2, it will come out in 2025. Like, mark my words. Like, I'm telling
That
you, it'll be a 2025 launch.
that gives me a little bit more hope for it, because if it's being developed for Switch 2, which is supposedly going to be a more powerful console, hopefully they will be utilizing that console to its fullest extent. So
yeah,
if that is the case, there might
hopefully
be more hope for this than I expected
they
them
give the
to.
world some more, I guess, life. Because the only thing I know about the Arceus was what their world felt really bland and
There's a lot of
barren.
Pokemon in it, but it
Sure, but
was pretty
the
low.
world design itself
Yeah,
was
it's just
just
because
like a base template almost.
yeah, they
Just
and Scarlet and Violet was even worse. Their load
yeah.
distance wasn't really a thing. Uh,
And again, I mean, it's a lot of just the limitations of what they had to
you can
work with.
only use that as an excuse for so long, though. I
For
mean, the
so
Breath of the Wild
sure,
series gets
but they
away
still
with open
did
world
way
very
more.
well.
Oh
There's no
yeah,
excuse. Plus, Scarlet and Violet's servers were shit. They still haven't fixed rating in that game. It's still a miserable experience. So
right.
there's a lot of things that, while it might not have been in the Switch's power to make it look like Genshin Impact or anything like that, there's a lot of things that were in their power that they just chose not to
Yeah.
work on. So
Well, it also, I think, just again comes down to the fact of, like, and even what some members in chat are saying is, like, it makes them look like they are lazy. Like,
Mhm.
again, look, we've said Power World a lot, and I understand people are like, you can't compare Power World to Pokemon because they're not the same. I'm like, bro, that it okay, they're not the same, but at the same time, like, they're in the same, like, element of I'm gonna catch these pals with pal balls and pokeballs or whatever, like your monster capturing kind of thing. I think it is very dumb of them if they don't at least take some aspects of what people really enjoy with Pal World and put it into Pokemon in some sense. Maybe it's not even just like a, hey, we're not going to do this whole like thing where we're going to you're going to capture indenture server, like, 'cause I just don't think that that's ever you're gonna see that from Nintendo and Game Freak, where they're just gonna be like, you're gonna indenture servitude your
No, I mean,
Pokemon.
Pokemon's audience is
It's very
much
different.
more younger.
Yeah, like, but I do
Not
think of
saying
being like,
I'm
hey,
just
like,
saying.
connected world, right? Like, I'm seeing some of this. I'm like, cool. Am I going to see other players just roaming around in my world of Pokemon? Like, can I have like a connected universe, like that kind of thing? You see that with Temtem, right? Like, there are games out there that Pokemon are competing with, and if Nintendo and Game Freak aren't smart enough to acknowledge it and just be like, hey, we can ride off of the coattails of the name alone and just the fan base, like, eventually they are going to, and it's already happening, they're going to be overtaken. Again, Temtem, not a huge wild success, but it's still it feels more connected. I like Temtem because it is more connected. And that is a direct competitor to Pokemon, because it literally follows the Pokemon mantra to a T, with how you battle and play and engage. So it's just a matter of time, like, before somebody comes in and kicks Pokemon down a notch.
which they need.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think so. Like you said,
Yeah.
they've been getting lazy, so
Yeah.
they need a
Yeah,
little
we'll
bit of
see
a
how it
wake-up
goes.
call.
I have low expectations on it. Arceus was a good jump in the right direction, but Scarlet and Violet kind of killed that momentum for me. So we'll see how it does. And if it is a Switch 2 launch title, then that gives me a bit more hope for it. And you heard it here first, by the way.
Yeah, I just think that I don't see, I mean, because the rumors are that the Switch 2 is going to be launching early 2025, right? And even, Games Radar, here is talking about it, saying that, the rumors pointing to Nintendo Switch 2 launching early 2025.
So do you think that they're gonna make this a Switch 2 exclusive, or do you think they're gonna do like the split generation
If they do
game
this,
thing,
I unfortunately think they're going to do a split generation,
which is gonna
which is
limit?
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not smart.
no.
Unless they are developing the two completely simultaneously, but separate. I don't think that they are, because
Oh.
I just don't think that they're going to put the money into it like that.
No. Yeah.
And if they do that, then it's not gonna be what people want, or it's not gonna be as good as what it could be.
No, yeah, it's the same thing that Xbox is dealing with its other model, where the prior generation model is holding things back, and
Yeah,
with this, it's going to be an extreme holdback.
I don't think that, and I'm also don't think that Xbox or really any game company should do this again. Like this whole
No, I think this is a big
step.
learning curve.
Yeah,
That the only reason they got away with it was because of the pandemic and material shortages.
right.
I think that's literally the only reason that they got away with it.
Yeah. The only other thing that I could think that they could possibly do if they're going to do a half, and this is now we're getting off Pokemon, but a half step system is if they, or like whatever you want to call little brother system,
Yeah.
is to do like a digital only, but cloud powered system, to say, hey, this is a streaming box, right? Like, which I do think that Xbox will go to.
Oh, Xbox will definitely do that.
For sure. But in this case of Pokemon, I'm praying that they're not. I'm praying that this is a Switch 2 only thing. I don't think it's going to be a launch title, because I don't think Pokemon outside of the Game Boy Color was, I think Pokemon was a launch title for the Game Boy Color, but I don't think they've had a Pokemon launch for their console ever.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Color was
That's
the
surprising.
only one that actually had that. And I think that was Yellow, right? Wasn't Pokemon Yellow the launch game, one of the launch games from somebody in chat? Fact check us on that, but I think it was Pokemon
I
Yellow.
think that was the only Pokemon game I played on my Color.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll keep you updated.
Question though, before we switch, what is Z and A? What's up with this title?
You're back. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like
Z might have been the only one to know.
Z2A.
Z2A. I don't know.
I don't
Pokemon
know.
thing.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Maybe the legendary Pokemons. I don't know.
It might be the name of the city.
Maybe it's a character we're getting from chat. Okay. Just curious. I had no idea, to be honest.
So let me ask this. Hold on, because this actually I'm now more curious about this, since chat is engaging again. This is a reason why to be in chat. You can engage
also
with us. Part of the show.
Zygarde. I don't know. Okay, is Zygarde the character?
Is Pokemon Legends a completely separate line from the standard Pokemon series? Like, because there's Pokemon, like the Pokemon Scarlet, right, and whatnot. That was not a Legends game, correct? Like, isn't that a separate whole line from standard Pokemon? It's main series, but not core. All right, we need to get. You know what? We need to get a Pokemon expert on this channel, on this show. We will get a Pokemon expert at some point to explain this to us. And honestly, down in chat, guys, hey, if you're listening to us, post on your favorite podcasting app, head over to the YouTube, throw down a comment down below, and let us know, like, what I would love to know the difference here between Legends and Scarlet. So we're saying that Legends is a side title, and that Scarlet and Violet were main titles. So this is kind of like the offshoot to this, to mainline Pokemon. All right.
Right. And it also does say at the end of that trailer up in the top right that it does show Nintendo Switch. So I don't know if that is synonymous with it coming out on the Switch, or if that's just like the overall brand for Switch or Switch 2. But it does say Nintendo Switch up at the top right. So
anyway, okay. Well,
we'll see.
Do any of the Pokemon doesn't allow for like any kind of modding, right? Like you can't mod.
Hell no.
God no.
Hell no.
They,
Are you familiar with the
they are
company
the
Nintendo
farthest
and how much
against
they love
anything.
people messing with their games?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering.
Nope.
But
Do we have that on the
Yeah, we do.
docket, by the way?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I'm teed up for a reason. Because I mean, I kind of already knew the answer to this, but yes. So Nintendo does not like mods, and they also don't like emulators. So
No.
Nintendo, thanks to PC Gamer, Nintendo is not thanks to PC Gamer, Nintendo is suing, but thank you PC Gamer for the article. Nintendo is suing the makers of the Switch emulator. Yuzu claims that there is no lawful way to use Yuzu. I am unfamiliar with Yuzu. Is other than the fact, is it just an emulator? Like
I've only just looked into it myself.
Just a Switch emulator.
Just an emulator for Switch. Every console has its own like emulator system. So Switch is
It's like
is
PS2X and
yeah,
like Dolphin for
Virtual
GameCube.
Dolphin and Virtual Machine. Yeah.
okay. Oh wow. Talking about right there. It lets you run Pokemon Let's Go. Back in 2018. And so I guess what people are saying really, or what PC Gamer is saying, is that what really brought this to light was the Tears of the Kingdom emulation. So one day
like
after the Switch exclusive
that
went
they
live,
had some hand in leaking it, but do we know? Did Yuzu have a hand in the leaks of?
No.
Didn't think so.
No.
The leaks were
They
totally
just had their
separate.
yeah, they just had their emulator out, and people that got the game early through one means or another managed to get it very quickly emulation ready on Yuzu. So
yeah.
So
they combined that with the leaks that Nintendo was pissed about with their game being leaked early, pretty much.
And I have a feeling that some of the stuff with the Steam Deck kind of spurred this on, because one of the ads for the Steam Deck, whenever it first came out, had a Yuzu button on the Steam Deck's like home interface thing.
I think I remember that, yeah.
And they had to go back and change the commercial because Nintendo was threatening to sue them for advertising an emulator. Yeah.
I mean,
you know what?
I don't know how do you guys feel about this? Because I mean,
I think it's I think it's fucking bullshit. I think fucking like, okay, Nintendo. First off, this is not like Nintendo's which God bless all of you people in out there in the world that are going to rain hellfire down on me for saying this, but Nintendo is not a fucking gamer first company. Nintendo is
they're probably the worst company out of
shitty
the
fucking
group.
company when it comes to the way that they treat gamers, the way that they treat their own fucking community. Like they are the largest group of people that sue not only not only streamers, content creators, cosplayers. Like they went after a dude's paycheck, like that was just making a 9 to 5. And I understand his lawsuit and why he got sued. Like there was a little rough, but like this is ridiculous. Instead of being like, hey, like
no, this is big time ridiculous. Big time ridiculous. And so there is. All of these companies know that there is a sector of gamer out there that pirates their games through emulation, and that's how they play. They don't get any benefit out of it. But there's a reason why none of the other game developers, Sony or Xbox, have went after the emulator people for any of this stuff. Because at the end of the day, pirates are going to pirate one way or the other. And they weren't going to be your consumer base anyway.
Well, so actually, Sony. I'm just reading down here because it's reference a lawsuit that happened back in 1999, where Sony sued a company called Connectix. The maker of the PlayStation emulator called the Virtual Game Station over allegations of copyright infringement and various violations of intellectual property rights. Connectix actually won the case, among other things. The court said Sony understandably seeks control over the market for devices. The that play games Sony produces and licenses, but ruled that the copyright law does not confer such as a monopoly.
Yeah, I think that was a actual hardware system that was playing Sony games, though.
That was like a Raspberry Pi, right?
I'm not saying that like trying to go after Sony or anything like that. What I'm trying to say here is that
I'm just trying to get the facts straight. It's a little bit different because, well, is it really that different?
No, it's the whole thing is like whether Sony is going after the hardware side of it or Nintendo going after the emulation software side of it, right? The because it's a no-win situation, right? Because here's the thing. If Yuzu sells software, right? They're selling an emulation software, right? If when Nintendo inevitably goes to court like this, there is a very large chance that Nintendo is going to lose this because guess what the court is going to say? You have no proof to say that Yuzu was purposely selling this emulation software specifically for the reason of pirating Pokemon or your IPs. Like they sold an emulation software. The user
they're not even selling it. Yuzu's free.
Well, I'm saying if they were to have sold it, like if they were to have had, like that is the only avenue that they possibly could go is saying, hey, they're making profit off of our emulation. But even still, then it's such a hard case to win because Yuzu can go.
They're going for the loss of profit, right?
Right,
and that's the only grounds that they have on is they need to prove that they are losing profits due to the emulation.
But then and I've said this for a long time, you then open Pandora's box because as crazy as this sounds, the moment that they say we are losing profit because of the people consuming our product elsewhere outside of Nintendo's, deemed licensed hardware, guess what you just opened? You now open the door for the defense to come in and go, hey, guess what? So you want to also go after Twitch because people consume your software via watching that and they don't ever touch the game because they can watch someone else play it. So are you going to go after playthroughs? Are you also going to go after YouTube? Are you also
go after I think Nintendo would.
They would?
I think they would.
But that's the Pandora's box that you try to open, right? That you are fucking with all of this. Not even just to also go and say, if I'm Yuzu, you know what I go, well, great. You all are moving toward digital first, kind of thing. And we all know that on this show, we always talk about, we're very open, about, the digital apocalypse that is coming, and is the inevitable future. The only way to preserve digital software is through emulation. Like that's the only way to preserve it. If you're going through that. So are you now going to say, fuck them, we don't care about that either? Like it's just
game preservation is not on the forefront of these companies' minds for the most part.
Are you talking about emulation or are you talking about Nintendo?
I mean, emulation is the purest form of
it's
what the thing that you said, the
preservation.
Yeah,
the means. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, emulation is the only way to 100% preserve games.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean,
you can get discs like I do all day, but at some point, those things are on a timer too.
Yeah.
The same thing with the hardware that plays those games. Emulation, if I wanted to, I can back up that game onto my computer, have the console emulated onto my computer and still be able to get value of it.
Well, especially aren't new discs nowadays just like pretty much keys?
Yeah, they're just keys. That's all they are.
They're just keys to run the game on only on Xbox or on Sony too.
Sony will probably go that route, but as of right now, Sony still puts full game on disc for the most part.
That's
all depends on the producer, but like 90% of Sony games still are on disc.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Whereas Xbox has went the route of discs are keys, which that's their prerogative to go.
The thing that also too that lends such an interesting aspect to this when we're talking about emulation is also like you guys are familiar with Billy Mitchell, right? Like the King of Kong, Donkey Kong legend from Twin Galaxy, like held the record. Oh my God, Scruffy, go watch King of Kong. It's a great documentary. You need to watch it. If you love video games, you need to watch King of Kong. It's a phenomenal documentary. But are you if you're not familiar with Billy Mitchell was the record holder for Donkey Kong for fucking eons and eons and eons since the game's release back in
the arcade cabinet, right?
Right, the old school arcade cabinet, yeah.
Okay.
All the way up until, you know, several years ago, whenever oh my god, I forgot his name. Steve Weeb came in and dethroned him. Well, after that, there'd been this back and forth frogging of like you know, who is gonna be the king of Donkey Kong, right? I tell you all of this long back history to give you that, you know, throughout this you know show that I highly recommend everybody go watch. It talks about like submitting a tape versus like doing it live on an actual cabinet, and and you know, I'm not gonna tell you kind of what ensues, but fast forward to like the last like maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years, there have been this whole fight between Twin Galaxies, which is the like known, you know, record keeper of these old school vintage you know, Guinness records or whatever, and Billy Mitchell, because Billy Mitchell, it was found out that he was playing on an emulator and not playing on an actual, you know, legit, you know, cabinet. And just recently, like I think it was like maybe like 2 weeks ago or like a month ago or so, it got reversed again and was like, oh, all of his stuff is reinstated because they wiped it clean. They're like, all of your high scores are gone because you're cheating. You know, you're playing on an emulator. That's not really playing. And he goes, okay, well, it's not, you can't find these parts anymore. You can't continue to I can't just build a fucking Donkey Kong machine.
Right.
You know,
plus the hardware's getting slower and slower with age as the processors and stuff die on them and stuff.
Right. So he's just kind of like, emulation is kind of the only way to truly keep doing this. And so it reversed back, and now, you know, his stuff got reinstated. So even in competitive vintage, you know, arcades gaming, like emulation is a hot button topic. So I don't know. It's interesting.
Emulation is sticky because I mean, obviously, you know, emulation is compared heavily to piracy, but you're never truly like even owning a game nowadays, right? So it's just like you buy a game, but you're not really owning it. So you emulate it, but you still don't own it. You know, it's whatever. It's I don't know, man. It's kind of wild, but it really, I love emulation because, like we've said, it's really about preservation and you know, keeping games alive. Not even just a couple days ago, you know, I emulated an old game that I've played from my childhood.
What was that?
And it's
was it Nintendo? Oh, I Spy. It's like, don't be letting me a Nintendo game. You're gonna get sued.
Island. No, it's Scholastic. I don't know how they feel about it, but yeah, dude, just for the fucks, I was like, I wonder if this game, you know, still exists.
Did you guys remember Carmen Sandiego? The old school Carmen Sandiego game, dude. That game was such a blast. Or Oregon Trail. Oh, dude, so many hours in the library.
On the site, Oregon Trail's on there. Yeah, man.
So,
low-key emulation is the best way to play a lot of games too, because you can up-res it, you can widescreen mod it. There's a lot of modifications that you can do through emulators themselves that actually improve the experience of these games, and it blows my mind that Nintendo is like wanting to take that away out of selfishness. Especially for people that like legally own the game. They upload their ROM to it, and then they play it on the emulator of their choice. Like I know at least 3 people that only exclusively play their Switch games on a Steam Deck or a portable handheld because they can have a better experience on those.
I would.
Don't switch on them.
I would 100% do it. Same thing. I mean, it's in fact, Street Fighter 6, right?
They own the Switch, but
one of the best ways to play that game, if you have an ultra wide, is through an emulator. Like, because it's the only true way to like play it, you know, smoothly. And Capcom said, okay, cool. Like, you know, congrats, good job. So, I don't know. Anyway, that's Nintendo. Well, let's talk about another. Actually, I'm interested. I want to say another douchebag way of doing this, but I'm actually interested in what chat and the community, as well as you guys, are going to say about this. So, you guys are familiar with Destiny, yeah? not the streamer, not the streamer Destiny, but the game Destiny.
Yeah.
their fan base is pretty rabid, and they're when
you
it's
don't say. We haven't experienced that at all.
no. When it's good, it's good, and when it's bad, it's bad. And boy, oh boy, did they hit the news sector on the, okay. It's so bad and something went wrong. It's trying to reload. That's so funny.
Well, that usually means the tweet was deleted.
No, it's still here. It's just Twitter being Twitter.
Okay,
so.
gotcha.
Destiny said, "Not today, motherfucker." So Destiny 2 has permanently banned Cruz, a 4-time world champion and streamer, because they detected a cheat that he used. Hold on one second. On another game, completely separate from
not
this.
Owned by Bungie.
Not owned by Bungie.
Also, might I add, a single player game.
Yeah.
Not many people are realizing that too.
It is a multiplayer, but he was not playing. The cheat he was using was only for
the single player campaign.
Yeah. And it was used in Total War Shogun 2 just to be able to add money and get units faster. And
essentially something like adding money in The Sims, but he was using a program to do it.
And they found out about it and they banned him.
I'm curious how the anti-cheat even recognized that there was a mod.
I don't think that was. I'm pretty sure
unless he was playing at the same time.
I have my thoughts about this, and I want to hear you guys' like opinion on it. It says they had
detected a cheat, which means that the anti-cheat detected something.
So as far as I looked into this, is what he was using was some external anti-cheat software to run these pretty much hacks in his single player campaign. The only thing is, it was not a specific like software designed for that game. It was an overall like a multi-purpose software. It could have been run in many other games too.
Like cheat engine?
Like a cheat engine of some sort. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's from what I've gathered. I'm not sure everything of what is factual and what really happened, but it seems like their anti-cheat detected that being ran in the background, could have been ingrained or something somewhere, and it detected it. And so obviously he got flagged and banned for it. That is the part that I don't disagree with. I don't think, he should have not been banned for having this software running. I think he should have been. I don't think, obviously the system doesn't play favoritism or anything. They don't know who this guy is. I think he should have been banned, but I think that his appeal and proof of evidence and everything, so long as he was able to prove that it was only used for a single player game, should have been enough to appeal his ban. Yeah, but that is the part where he was denied.
Did he have Destiny running in the background while he was playing?
I almost guarantee he was playing Destiny 2 PvP or something like that, and playing Total War in queues.
Or that too, or just forgot the program. Like I said, it was a completely separate program, so he could have just forgot it open, or like it could have been just hidden. I don't know.
Yeah, or he was waiting for a raid group, had it playing. I guarantee there was some overlap between the two games being played, and that's where the activation of the cheats kicked in, and then that's where their system flagged it and whatnot. That's
completely reasonable for a ban. Honestly though, the devil's advocate here is like, should he even be able to provide the evidence that he was playing, a single player game, not even using it for the cheats for Destiny per se, if he's able to provide that, but be unbanned for that, when somebody else could just be like, hey, I wasn't using this for this multiplayer game, I was just playing the single player game on the side, why don't you unban me? I'm not saying he's a cheater, I'm just saying like anybody can then use that in the future and try to get away with something like this. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of a rabbit hole, but
I don't know, man. Like, you're talking about, like, I get certain aspects of this, but like this is starting to get into a Big Brother-esque style of like, oh, you like complete, like, I get it's an engine, I get that, right? But that's like me being banned in League if League didn't like the fact that I was running curse mod for WoW, because you could technically download scripts for curse mod like I don't, or Overwolf or whatever else. Like you're overarching your reach as a developer to still tell somebody else that they can't use whatever they want in somebody else's game. Like that to me is just bullshit. Like I think that's
I still don't know. I just don't know if they don't like believe him, you know, that he was just using it for another game. Because how can they prove that he wasn't using it for both?
I could have sworn that I saw some again.
I mean,
I can't say it, but I thought he had
has evidence of that to, you know, provide, and then.
Well, I think that there was. I thought that there was a video of him, why it kicked off. Again, don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I may, but I could have sworn that I saw where he was talking about this, saying like, "Hey, I got banned because I was streaming and showed like this and what I was doing, and that's where it happened." Again, I can't say 100% or whatever else. But I swore I saw that in an interview or read it or whatever else, that was kind of one of the things that kicked all this off. But either way, like I understand, sure, if he was in his game, you know, and he's playing PvP or he's playing Destiny, and you've got the engine running, you know, then sure, you know, like okay, it's a little suspect, like obviously, right? But you can. The system, I'm assuming, should be able to detect, you know, if it's on or if it's off or not. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Like there obviously is some gray areas in it, but even still, like if he was just banned solely off the fact of like, it was found that he was using a cheat engine in another game and it had no ties to Destiny whatsoever, and he just got banned for it.
It wasn't even that it had ties to anything. It was just that there was a known cheat engine running in the background.
Yeah, the cheat engine in question is Art Money, and people have been banned in Destiny 2 for having the mod in the past. So
running.
This is not the first time somebody has been banned for using Art Money. So, and it is a big back and forth right now within the community, because some people are saying that Art Money can't affect online games. Other people are saying that there are ways to manipulate the software to actually allow for cheats to happen. So it's a big back and forth.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm obviously we all are totally against cheaters, and any way to circumvent them and detect them and get them out ASAP is great. This is a good show of dealing with them, but it's just the fact that he should have known something, you know, I don't know. Maybe he should have known, honestly, that having a cheat engine, you know, could potentially lead to something happening.
Yeah, but come on, man. Like are you going to tell me that that he is not allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants on his own time with whatever game that he wants to do outside of the game that he is a world champion for? Like that's fucked up. No company should be able to tell me.
It could have been just any you know, Joe
right,
Schmo.
The biggest issue with
as long as you provide some sort of evidence that you weren't using it, you know, in such means, then I think you win an appeal any day of the week. But it's just the risks of using engines of any sort of this, you know, use. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope, man.
Yeah,
because.
I feel for him, but like it's just like you got to be careful in this territory, whatever you're doing, man.
Yeah, I also do think it should be on Bungie to have a refined enough anti-cheat system to be able to detect manipulated files within their game specifically. So
that would be nice too.
I don't like, you know, this is also a huge reason why I cannot stand fucking kernel-based systems. Like you are allowing for a system, which I get, kernel-based systems are one of the most effective ways to stop cheating, but it also, here's the apocalypse that you are going to allow for a kernel-based system. You are allowing a company to go and say, hey, I can see whatever the fuck is going on within your PC, essentially, like if they really want to. And this is the doomsday that like I'm talking about. I'm not saying that he specifically was innocent and that, you know, maybe he was fucking cheating and out, you know, he was, you know, doing all these hacks or whatever else. But either way, as it stands right now, unless Bungie is going to release it saying, hey, we saw you cheating, we know you were cheating, it's a fact that you were cheating, and here's the fucking proof of it, right? All you have to go off of is like, hey, I was cheating in another game. That's a single player experience, right? That's what I was doing, and I got banned for it. Like, I give you the big finger. Like, fuck you, Bungie. That's bullshit.
I'm leaning more. I don't know. Ignorance, I don't think, is an excuse for this. I'm looking more into art money and what all it can do and like where all bans are coming from by using this particular software. It is illegal software. That is a good thing. But people have been getting banned using this software in games like Fortnite, Tarkov, CSGO, and Destiny since 2019. I think that's when the software came out or was like modified. So it's not uncommon for people to be getting banned for having this program activated while playing one of these games, whether they're using it for cheats in those games, up in the air. But you should have the know-how, especially when your livelihood's on the line with this kind of thing, to make sure that whatever you're doing isn't going to compromise that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
So.
I mean, it's like being a professional athlete, and you probably shouldn't be hanging around a spot that's known for drugs and meth and whatever else, because, well, you're probably going to get labeled as a meth head or getting, whatever else, drug screen and stuff. But
I think it really does come down to, like you said, the kernel system and, how effective and, if anything, over effective it can be, just because of how it can't differentiate certain things. I think it comes down to really needing, if you have that type of kernel system, having a good investigative team on the other side of things to be able to go through the appeals and see what the system might have, flagged as something, as a hack that might have not really been like using, you know what I mean? Like in his case, not using it for Destiny, but something else. They just need a good team behind that to back that system up, because it can be really over effective in ways.
Again,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna go to
me personally. I would rather there be an overcorrection like this than an undercorrection that would ruin the game experience overall.
Well, that's how I feel too, man. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I get it.
Because if you're dumb enough to have a cheat engine active at the same time that you're running this game, that's on you. Whether you're using it for cheats or not, that's on you. And you're going to get banned, especially if there's a history since 2019 of this software causing people to get banned in your game. Like, don't be ignorant. Take responsibility for your actions. Don't have the fucking cheat engine up whenever you're loading the game. And there's no proof. Like, from what I'm seeing also with this whole thing, is the proof that he gave is word of mouth proof. He did not give
no like
hard
evidence or anything.
Proof. And Bungie did double check their situation and are still ruling him guilty.
Like take out the fact that he's a 4-time world champion and all this other stuff with Destiny, and it's just some average dude. Do you think there'd be as much of an uproar about this? I mean,
well, no, but I still stand on the fact that I think it's fucking wrong. Like, I would still stand on that my argument that it's wrong. Dude, that is literally like saying that you doing anything, outside all the mods that you run for Fallout, right? All the mods that you run for Fallout, you get banned on Last Epoch. Because the engine that what you're using to load all those mods on Last Epoch could be used for an engine for something that could be cheat. You could use to cheat in Last Epoch, and it happens to run constantly. Like, you have it running in the background, right? So you're to tell me that you not doing anything wrong, you're at fault. Because you had a system that was up. Like, yes, you're a dumbass.
I mean,
because it's a known cheating system. I get that.
Yeah, but Destiny 2 doesn't have that deep of an anti-cheat. Like, I get what you're saying with like kernel-based that start up the minute your computer kicks on. That's bullshit. I understand that, because that limits anything that you can have on your computer, whether it's single player modification or not. But if you boot up a game that has an anti-cheat like this with a cheat system running, that's on you.
I mean, yes,
it'd be like getting pulled over and having a bag of cocaine
hey, bro,
in your car.
fuck you, this is still sore.
And then saying, no, that's not my cocaine. It doesn't matter to the cop because you still got cocaine.
I mean, I understand, but they are also then going to test me and be like, oh, you're clean. It's not your cocaine. Whose cocaine is it? Right. In the car. Right. They're going to,
You're still,
they're going to be,
you're still going to get charged for possession, whether or not it's in your system or not, though.
I mean, right. But
Yeah,
this is a little,
and what chat's saying exactly, you sign a TOS that says you are not going to have any third-party modification softwares running whenever you are playing the game. It is in the TOS. You're breaking the TOS.
All that fine print that we just accept.
Does it
and skip?
I want, so before I'm not disagreeing with chat. I want to. I'm not disagreeing with chat because I'm sure that there is TOSs out there that say that, but does the TOS specifically say that you cannot have a third-party system running or on your computer, or does it say that you cannot have a third-party system that is running and being used for hacks inside of or modifying our game? Like, because if we're going to go down that road, you're going to go down a very fine print, like a very, very narrow path of being like, hey, this is like, yeah, like, again, Big Brother, like, are you going to police me because I can't have this running all the time? Like, or I can't have it running at all. Like, I'm not saying that this dude is completely squeaky fucking clean, but I'm also saying that, like, in what chat is saying is that the burden of proof does not fall on him. It falls on fucking Destiny. It falls on Bungie.
Well, I mean, from what it's seeming like they double checked, like they crossed their T's, dot their I's, and are labeling him guilty. So
yeah.
Destiny, for Destiny's sake, has deemed him bad for the game and have banned him. They have
talked about looking into it and deeming it not a non-false positive.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, just like I would want.
The only thing that would change is if Destiny came forward and explained the very specifics on why they banned him outside of the TOS explanation that they gave him directly whenever he appealed.
So why not? Why not do that? In this case, he is a.
You want them to do that for everything?
I'm not saying it.
I understand that it's bad publicity for your game potentially to not give that thing, but why
because we live in a world in a society that when someone gets to this level, right, you are now under a microscope and are looked at a different level because, again, just like Scruffy said, if this was just Joe Blow off the street, nobody's gonna give two shits. This would have never made news whatsoever. But this dude in the public eye or whatever else, and is a 4-time world, first champion. That's huge in Destiny. He's a big Destiny person. You banned him. That's like going to Michael Jordan's house during the peak of the fucking 1990s, run for the Bulls and being like, well, you're not allowed to play, right? And they're just gonna be like, well, we doubled
his system.
Well, okay, so cool. If they went and they said, hey, we found steroids, right? And everyone's gonna be like, cool, did you double check? They're not just gonna be like, yeah, we double checked. It's okay. The world is gonna be like, you need to show proof, right? You need to show proof that this is actually the case. Right, you can't, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna say if
we like Bill, I think, mentioned that this is not the first time that this has happened. Not only in Destiny,
people have been getting banned with the software,
but we're talking about Destiny here specifically because they are the ones who are on the forefront right now with the spotlight. I think it would be in their favor to speak out. Because I'm sure many other people are going to come forward with cases, similar to this. And it's going to be going to be something that a lot of people are. I mean, it's a
win-win situation for them. Like, either they come out and they go, "Oh fuck, our bad," right? And we're so sorry, we're gonna reinstate this. Like, you're gonna, okay, cool. Like, you apologize, you look good. Or they come out and they say, "Yo, the fucker was cheating, and Cruz is a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah,
like, he was actually cheating." Great. So it's a win-win. Yeah. Why sit on your fucking hands and be like, "Well, we double checked it." Like, nobody gives a fuck if you double checked it, but actually come out and do it. Do say something. Like, I don't know, man. It's
that feels like over entitlement to me.
I don't know.
I think it's good graces for a game company in a world where we are so adamantly against muddying waters and not being transparent. We want like 2024 and in this generation all is about transparency and clear pictures or whatever else, and you just being like, hey, I doubled down and checked it. It's not being transparent. That's being, especially if you're going to be, the vision could be taken as, oh, you banned somebody for cheating on a game that's not even fucking yours, that you've got no, like, you know, whatever else, and you're just going to say, yeah, I did it, and it's his word saying I didn't do it, it's your words as Big Brother saying I did do it, so your word counts. Like, I don't know, man. Just
to put this out there, we got Destiny's 2S for cheating, courtesy of Enigma. Thank you. And it goes by, to help ensure that every player will have a fair shot at fun and glory in Destiny 2 on PC, we resist attempts by third-party applications to insert code into the game client. This may result in incompatibility between Destiny 2 PC and the features of common third-party applications.
So in that, right, this is where it says, so if the system on, and I don't know enough about the cheat engine. You said, what's it called? Artbox, or what is it called?
Art. That was the cheat software.
That's what I'm saying. Right? What is it? It's art.
Let me round it up.
Yeah, it's something I can't remember.
Art. What is it?
You asked me too quick, and I completely lost it.
It's all right. So this software, right? Yeah. If in fact on boot, right, it then injects a code immediately into their game, so that, like, it's just kind of like, cool, we're gonna plug our fucking cord right in, right? So just in case you want to be able to hack it, you can. Then you know what? It's on him. That's right. you fucking fouled.
Like you mentioned, like Overwolf, you know, as soon as you boot a game, Overwolf pops up with the overlay. You know, just something as simple as long as it injects something into the game.
Right.
You know,
if it doesn't, and it's just sitting there, and it's just on, and it's not injecting art money, art money, then guess what? Your TOS is fucked, because it doesn't do shit, because all it's doing is sitting there. Like, so that's, again, I'm just saying, there's a lot of what ifs, and
Destiny uses BattleEye, so BattleEye specifics would be where I would go with how it's being detected, but ultimately it is Bungie's decision at the end of the day, taking that information from BattleEye to do what they want to do with
whatever
it.
you want with it. It's just, it would be in your best interest to maybe offer some clarity on this. Just saying. All right. Well, I think we're wrapped up on the whole band talk. Let's move on to even more uplifting news. Unfortunately, more layoffs have happened, and they have hit a wide spread of companies. I'm going to list off the companies while I showcase the one specifically talking about Sony, but Sony Interactive was hit with a 8% layoff of its staff, closed UK studio, and canceled the Twisted Metal live service game. I'm actually kind of sad about that. I was looking forward to it.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I like Twisted Metal. EA laid off 670 people. Canceled Mando, which we literally just talked about last week.
I thought we did. I literally thought we just talked about that being a thing.
Yep, super sad there. Supermassive also just went through some layoffs. That is the Dark Picture Anthologies developer.
Until Dawn and such, right? Yeah.
Yep. And then Star Citizen developer Cloud Imperium Games also can confirm staff layoffs on top of ESL, which is like big for esports for Counter-Strike and stuff like that, also just went through a huge amount of layoffs as well. So those are all the layoffs that just occurred over this last week, and now we're going to kind of dive in and talk a little bit about these, as unfortunately we have talked about this to nauseum, right? That it is
the beginning of the year, pretty much.
It's part of the process with a lot of things, but there's only so many times I will say that you can continue to kind of use like, oh, well, it was over hiring from the pandemic, to a point where it's like, you guys are, I don't know, man. Like at a certain point, you can kind of come in there and be like, you're fucking with people's livelihood, and like you're mismanaging money and mismanaging funds. And this is honestly why, though, the game development industry is as strong as it is right now. Like January and February of 2024 has been one of the most banger months in the that a year has ever had for gaming. 2023 was a huge year for gaming. But yet we still continue to see layoffs like this. you really start to kind of lean into the fact that this is starting to really feel like like I said, a mismanagement of funds, and people not tracking where money is going and what they're doing with it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and CEOs
it's a
giving
weird
themselves
situation.
big bonuses.
Yeah,
it is nice to see that it hasn't affected game quality as of yet, from a consumer perspective, but it does suck that people are consistently losing jobs because of whatever upper management decisions were made prior to or while they were working there.
yeah. The other thing too that I really don't like about this. I mean, I get the transparency portion here, that this email that kind of went out, talking about, this is an email specifically from Sony, to the kind of workforce, directing, like what's going on, stuff like this. An email, like I get, like you're en masse having to communicate with a multi country, organization. I mean, this thing is fucking huge, right? But it's also just, it's a really shitty way to find this stuff out. Like I'm not saying that this was the only way that it was found out. Like obviously there could have been talks that were happening between, superior and employee and stuff like that, but it's just really shitty. Like to open up your fucking email and then this is what you see. And did this come from fucking Jim Ryan? Is this Jim Ryan or is this just Jim? We don't know who this is from. It couldn't be Jim Ryan, right?
Enough.
Don't tell me that Jim Ryan's fucking last hurrah was an email that says, "Hey man, we're about to fucking cut staff by 900."
Nah, because Jim Ryan's gone, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought so. I don't know if I could find it. I should have posted it somewhere, but I thought he just visited another Sony department.
Oh no, he is still there. That is probably Jim Ryan.
He's still
he's still in state until March 2024.
Hold on. Keep talking. I want to look for something.
That's shit.
And Hiroko Totoki is going to be taking over April 1st, 2024.
So that's your last hurrah, Jim.
I saw this. Sony. So Jim Ryan was at PlayStation London Studios 5 days ago, and then this was posted the 27th. Just today, he announced the studio is being closed.
What a
so
fucking
dick. So fucking shitty, man. Like seriously.
What a dick, dude.
Yeah. And he had a picture with all of them. They're all smiling and everything. Posted up with Jim Ryan, and then he closes their fucking. He closes their fucking studio just last couple days ago.
Congratulations, Jim. You go out with the likes of Bobby Kotick, buddy. You and Bobby can fucking ride off into the sunset on your fucking multi-billion dollars of cash as you fuck over the little guy and go to pound town on each other. Like, fuck y'all, man. Y'all, that is such a shit way to deal with people. God. Oh, man. Wow. Congrats. Anyway,
shitty.
It's sad. I mean, though people are not happy about like live service games, I was actually looking forward to Twisted Metal Live, like the live service. I love Twisted Metal. Like I want a new Twisted Metal and I want it to be good. And I think live service, an open world fucking massively multiplayer online, like role playing fucking Twisted Metal game. That's amazing.
I don't think that would have lasted.
No, of course it wouldn't have lasted, and it wouldn't have been anything that I wanted in my fucking head, but it would have, it's just sad. So it's also sad too that like, why can't, out of all this, Sony's a huge company. EA is a massive, God damn it. Sure, I'll accept all your cookies. Oh, great. I'm going to get a virus now. But,
you're going to get banned, bro.
Yeah, EA, massive company, like super massive. I'll give you a little bit of leeway there, smaller company, like that's not as big. Star Citizen, Cloud Emporium. We'll talk about that one. But these are massive fucking companies. You're going to tell me right now that you can't fucking move people around. You can't find a place for these people to go. You can't you yourself can't take a fucking pay cut, a little bit of a fucking dip out of your bonus.
Not, dude.
Like, come on, man. Like, I forgot who it was. Was it, what was the Nintendo, it wasn't Miyamoto, was it? It was, that took the hit from his bonus. The guys.
Oh, I can't remember.
God damn it! But it was Nintendo's. I think either CEO or like one of their heads. Took a hit.
Hearing about that though.
Took a hit out of his bonus to make it so that people could stay on. Like, come on. Like, I mean, it's. This one right here. The publisher gave its headcount as 13,400 as of the end of March 23rd, cutting off 670 people. Like, EA owns a shit ton of fucking things. You could tell me right now you couldn't find a place for them.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
Sucks.
Reggie. And then you're gonna tell me that you announced was it? I don't think it was announced, but it was rumored or whatever else. But like Respawn coming out and being like, "Hey, we're gonna do this fucking Star Wars game," and then you're just like, "Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're gonna tell me that somebody within the company couldn't have been like, hey, maybe don't fucking announce this Mando game or like this first person Star Wars game. Like, probably not a good idea. Like, just keep that under wraps." God, man, I don't know. Dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb.
It's upsetting.
Dumb. The only good thing that comes from any of this is that a lot of times these people that get laid off end up starting studios, finding places, and producing better games than what would have been done at these massive companies like this. Like, out of all the Blizzard layoffs, look at all the companies that we got. In fact, y'all talk a little bit. Hell was
Talk a little
that?
A little bit.
I swear to God, I think. I swear to God, I think.
Just not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit.
Just talk about a little bit of stuff. I swear to
Just talk
God, I
a little
think
bit of
if you
stuff.
guys are here and could hear that, I swear, I think somebody outside, like, just plowed into a trash can. It was. Did y'all hear that? It was
Yeah.
the loudest fucking noise.
Somebody got that dude his keys.
Yeah.
Oh my God! All right, I want to look up and see how many companies came from Blizzard's layoffs.
Oh, you still have to talk a little bit, Bill.
Yes, talk a little
just
bit.
a little bit.
Yeah, man. How you doing, man? You
I'm doing
all right?
okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing the best that I can with the
I-
time that
you
I've
know,
got.
I-
That's all you can really
unfortunately,
ask for these days.
I'm writing up an email right now. We have to lay one of our members off. I don't want to say it out loud, but it's coming.
Is it
man.
Jimmy? Is it Jimmy Boy? Can we lay off Jimmy?
I
Loki, I'm
wish.
still looking into this crew situation because I'm actually like just fascinated at this point.
It's a whole thing, man, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Chat. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT real quick. I'll just ask them. Hold on one second.
Good lord.
Wait, well, I'm okay. I'm so lost as to what we're even talking about
AI
anymore.
times.
It's-
Yeah. What are we looking for?
I want to know how many company studios were created by people that were laid off from Blizzard.
Oh, jeez.
How many?
Oh,
Video
yeah, I mean,
game-
if anything can find it, it'd be AI.
People that were laid off.
So we need Enigma on that.
From
'cause you're
Blizzard.
our residential AI.
It is an
Come on,
important
Enigma.
question. I want to know.
Such an important question.
Because it's challenging to provide an exact number as it's difficult to track every individual who has been laid off. But as notable, there were congrats. There were 27 companies that were created from the people that were laid off from Blizzard. Obviously, that's 27 individual companies.
Just from Blizzard?
Just from Blizzard.
And subsect of people making their own company and
Right.
making their own dev
So
teams and companies.
just from Blizzard alone, it was
Wow.
27 companies that then in turn hired a bunch of people. So that's why.
Who are
yes.
also most likely ex, Blizzard and other company
Yes.
developers. So,
So
I mean, still sucks, but yeah, at least they can, continue
power
on.
on. I
Power
mean,
on.
make a game way better than
Yeah.
what they were working on.
Well,
so.
that's not a hard thing to do. That's the easy part.
So, now chat wants to say, ask ChatGPT how many of those companies actually did anything. Jesus Christ, give them some time
Let's
to
just-
cook. God dang.
We just gotta
Holy shit.
invite Chat GPT onto our podcast now.
We had what was his name? Not Chester. What was his name? Chuck. What was that guy's name?
No, Clyde.
Clyde. Was it? No, that wasn't Clyde. I don't know.
It was
It was
Clyde,
Craig.
yeah.
It was
This one
Craig.
was Clyde.
No, it was Craig.
Oh, Craig.
It was Craig.
Well, okay, yeah, Craig was
our AI
CI
overlord.
Our FBI agent.
Oh man, Craig. Are you guys? Is there any one of these layoffs that saddens you more than another? Like just game wise, not people losing their jobs, but like game wise. Like, is there one that you kind of look at and go, "Wow, I really," whether it was like for me, Twisted Metal was one that I was really kind of hearing about that. It sucks. Is there one that you guys look at and go,
Nothing
I
stands out to me.
really wish Supermassive had not laid off so the dark anthology stuff would have kept going?
Doesn't sound like anything is happening with Supermassive, is there?
Nah.
It's just layoffs. I don't think they're canceling anything.
Yeah, they're not canceling anything.
They've only got one game or series that they can do, or they
Star
can't fucking
Citizen
cancel
because it's already taken 18 years to develop.
Yeah, that
True.
was that. God
No,
dang it,
no,
Twitter.
Supermassive. That's Cloud Emporium.
Right. no, Supermassive is people that do
Is the Dark
Anthology.
Anthology.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're talking now. We moved over to Star Citizen, talking about Cloud Emporium.
Okay, yeah.
This to me, I'm just kind of like, Jesus Christ, release your fucking game. Like maybe you should stop development and release the fucking thing. Then you don't have to worry about layoffs. Like, stop the crowdfunding.
Seems like they're putting more development into their ship packs that cost $48,000 than they are their game.
Or maybe they shouldn't, hire fucking Mark Hamill to be, the person that they're gonna do like AI work for, or not AI, but mocap and stuff. Maybe take a little bit of hit
guys,
there.
We had to cut you guys loose because we needed more money to hire Mark
Hamill. We need Mark Hamill. Oh man, we got to get Liam
shitty is
Neeson.
that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
It's wild.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about something good. How about Baldur's Gate? These guys, man, freaking Larian Studios, always doing God's work. They don't really have much bad stuff ever come out, but they're working on an official mod support plan, which is including consoles, which I think is dope. One of the things.
So I imagine this is going to be something of the sorts of like Bethesda's creation engine is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but actually work.
Obviously, a Baldur's Gate already has mod support, but it's unofficial. It's community mods that are external. Like probably, I think it's on the Nexus, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't tried modding it, but
this will be something that they will kind of make, especially if they're going to bring it to a console. It's going to be on their own kind of proprietary thing. That's going to allow it to be easier.
So it's got to be something integrated.
Which is good. Man, support it, dude. This is fucking great. Like, go out there and just be like, hey, we support you. We support mods. Fuck Nintendo for your emulation bullshit. We support the emulations too.
Just
and
another
mod the shit out
Baldur's
of our
Gate
game.
W, bro.
Yeah, man. Baldur's Gate Wednesday. When's it happening? I don't know. We got to get past. Are we ever gonna beat that
I
game?
uninstalled it.
Did you? I still haven't installed it.
It doesn't matter. You have the save. I needed the space. Like we're not playing this.
Oh man.
20 gigs on my PC.
Chat's saying that Larian Studios is hiring too. Is that true?
Well, I believe it. They're probably expanding.
Hey, there you
Maybe
go.
some of these layoffs can get a good job at Larian.
They'll suck up some of those layoffs. That'll be good.
That's good. Yep. I've not dabbled really. I'm actually not dabbled in any of the mods. I know Enigma. I think they have he's dabbled in mods.
I know some of my buddies. They just installed a mod that opens it up to like 8 or like 16 player lobbies.
It's so crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Does the game handle it, man? Does it can it handle it okay?
I haven't heard anything since past.
I can't imagine 16 fucking people casting
just imagine how long turns are gonna be. All right, guys, my turn's up. I just played my turn. I'm gonna go, make some dinner or something.
I want a mod that allows, and maybe it's out there, for a DM, right? Like give somebody the control of the other of the bad guys.
Divinity had something. I feel like Divinity.
Well, Divinity had like a dungeon master.
They had a dungeon creation
mode,
creator,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, but
in the official campaign, I don't know.
I would love to have something where like there is somebody playing as DM, and it's it just kind of, I don't know, man. I think that'd be dope. Or even just like you have to
control of the enemies and something, that'd be cool.
Like even if it's like the dialogue choice, what would really be cool is if you could do like, okay, so you guys, Enigma, Bill, and somebody else are all playing and they're running through the regular campaign. And then the moment that you interact with a person, right, the DM gets to control the AI responses. So like you get to control like kind of the narrative there,
wacky.
Dude. It'd be tell me that would not be fucking dope. Like
I can't imagine that.
So cool. Just to kind of have that, right?
Instead, you should just be able to like switch on like a voice or something and just like speak in your mic.
My God, I don't know. I don't want you or Enigma whispering sweet fucking evil nothings in my ear. Oh my God,
like your demon that kidnaps you in the night.
No.
Yeah.
You know what the problem with going back to doing Baldur's Gate Wednesdays is gonna be? Is we're gonna have to restart because none of us know where the fuck we're at, what the fuck we were doing, or any of that kind of bullshit.
I ain't restarting for a 70th time, dude. I'm not. Because we already have like 5 campaigns.
Oh, dude, we're never gonna beat that game
gosh.
ever. All right.
I'm gonna just install a cheat to play it by myself.
Yeah, don't get banned. Well, going from mods to how about hacks? God dang it! I've already accepted your cookies. Go away, Grandma. Epic Games has been reportedly hit with a 189 gigabyte hack. I think this was based from Enigma. I think Enigma was the one that caused this hack. Him saying "fuck Tim Sweeney," but it included login and payment info. It's pretty big. It's
yeah,
that's huge. It's a lot of data, man. You know,
is this not the first time this happened with Epic either? I feel like I want to say we had another
I wouldn't be surprised.
Breach not too long ago, but I'll look into it.
The crazy thing is that I don't know if has Epic made anybody aware of this. Like, have they? Did they? Dark web page and a tweet.
Did they come out with anything?
I don't know. Yeah, it's not saying. I don't know. I don't think Epic has actually announced anything. Epic, however, say that they've yet to see any proof that the ransomware attack has taken place. We are investigating, but there is currently zero evidence that these claims are legitimate. Told the Eurogamer this morning. Mogolovich has not contacted Epic or provided any proof of the veracity of these allegations. And I guess Mogolovic is the person or group that is saying that they have done the attack. So I want to change passwords, guys. This is an FYI. So yeah. All right. Well, hopefully no one's information gets stolen or taken down for that. All right. Well, it is time for us to move into the quick hits section of the show. We are early. We got 15 minutes. What are we going to do in 15 minutes? We got to have to extend it out.
And we were even late.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I fucking have with what I fucking got.
Dang it, Sin. We need, you know what we needed? We needed those transitions.
You should have brought the cop onto the podcast, see if you wanted to get a fourth slot.
I could have. Yeah, I could have. Should have done that. You know. All right. Quick hits. This is the section of the news where we don't necessarily always go over all of like the big details of everything, but still, this is information that you maybe want to know. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has launched today. You maybe should go pick it up and try it if you're a Final Fantasy VII remake or integrate fan. It's out today on PlayStation. Ubisoft launched a little game called Skull and Bones. I don't know if you guys remember this. Just a little quadruple A game. They just dropped a little quadruple A nugget out there for the world to have and enjoy.
That just launched?
Yeah. Last week. It launched last week.
Yeah, I thought you said okay.
Like it didn't launch today.
It launched today.
No, it launched last week, and it's recording amazing player engagement. But we don't have any sales numbers. So them and Bungie must be colluding together. Like we're not going to give any information. Remedy has acquired the rights of 505 Games control at the wait, what? I don't understand what this says. It says, I'm just reading the notes here. Remedy acquires rights of 505 Games control at the price of 17 million. It's 505
is another.
Yeah, I know, but they acquired control. Okay, so they acquired the rights to 505 game called Control.
The game Control, not Control.
Yes. Yeah, it's 505's Games.
Yes.
Is the game company
they have control
that had
of Control now.
Yes, they have control of Control for $17 million.
Yeah, why? Yeah.
I couldn't control my enthusiasm to go over that. All right. Embracer is set to sell Knights of the Old Republic dev Saber. All right, we're taking bids. Who's buying it? What company's buying them?
Saber?
Yeah.
I hope they get third-party independent.
They will not go third-party independent. I guarantee you that one won't happen. So Enigma's saying Microsoft.
It would probably be Microsoft.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think Sony?
No. Sony doesn't have any. They don't have any acquisition budget. Remember?
I wonder if.
I know. I was thinking EA, but they don't have it either.
I mean, EA. The thing is that did EA sell off? It's just sold off the rights for Knights of the Old Republic, or wait, SWTOR, right?
Yeah.
Didn't it just get?
And they did just go through some layoffs, so their budget is up.
Hmm.
EA,
I can't see them
can't-
laying off an entire studio and whatnot, and then picking up another studio.
Oh, dude, the fire they would get.
Yeah, but come on, it wouldn't be that shocking. Like, let's be for
I'm
real.
just saying the fire, the outrage people would have. But yeah, no, that would be something EA would do, but could no.
Well, Bloomberg apparently reported that Thursday that, Bill, you may be right. A group of private investors will buy the studio in a deal worth roughly $500 million, and Saber would become a private company with about 3,500 employees.
Good. It's nice to see one of these conglomerates losing a company to it being a third party instead of the other way around and shrinking the industry.
That'd be a nice change of pace.
Wow. Well, good. Yeah, good for him. All right. So I wonder how that. First off, good, because I can't stand Embracer. I fucking hate Embracer. They're one of the shittiest fucking companies out there. They buy these game devs up and they do shit like this. At least they're not closing it. Like that's surprising to me, because normally they'll just be like, we're gonna close them down. Embracer is. This is where a lot of people give flack, and I understand it, to like Microsoft and Sony for buying these companies up, but Embracer gets by like almost scot-free and under the radar, and then they buy these companies and then they shut them fucking down. So it's wild.
They're the reaper of companies.
Yeah, for sure. We also have Poland grocery stores giving away free copies of fucking Fallout 76. Oh, my purchases of pierogies. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on. Did I close something? I gotta pull the doc up. Hold on. I gotta see the news article for this. Are you serious?
That's hilarious. This is
shit.
Props to Enigma for finding this one. Is hilarious.
Apparently, Toys for Bob is going independent as well.
Oh, that was Activision, right? They were under Activision before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. I didn't know Toys for Bob. I'm surprised that Activision's allowing Toys for Bob to go independent, but hey, good on them. Yeah.
If 11 hours ago we're going indie, this is semi-breaking news.
Oh.
Wait, it just broke now?
11 hours ago.
Wow.
Literally today.
Hey.
Wait, from Toys for Bob or
Toys for Bob, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oop, wow. There you go. There's an article.
We heard it first.
Breaking
well,
news.
Maybe not first, but close to first.
You need me to put it in the doc? I'll put it in the doc.
Yes, please put it in the doc. All right. So here you go. There is I love how they said with dumplings. You can buy it with dumplings.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's great. Oh man, pierogi dumplings. Wow.
I love pierogies.
Dude, pierogi pizza.
Pierogies are so good.
Pierogi pizza. Pierogi pizza. I'm telling you right now.
I'm not mad at it, dude. I would try anything.
Oh god, it's amazing. Amazing. Dude, here's the fucking screenshot. Look at this shit. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Oh,
it's real funny actually. Now that because I didn't look at the photo itself.
That is funny actually.
Literally just sitting on top of the.
Oh my god.
I just feel bad though if you go to the supermarket to get pierogies and you have to come home with Fallout 76. I mean, that's the real tragedy here.
Hey, at least Fallout 76 is a semi-complete game now.
I don't know, man.
I still wouldn't say that.
Oh god.
Hey,
yeah,
man.
you think the 76 taints the taste of the pierogies?
Yeah, it might.
It's that new game smell injected into the pierogi.
Yeah. Radiates them.
Oh man. Okay. All right. You said you gave up the article. Cool. Let me go find that.
Good catch, Stevens.
Yeah, very good catch.
Where the
I mean,
keep talking.
That's exciting, man. Toys for Bob.
It's down at the bottom.
Really came out with a lot of my childhood loves in games. Spyro and Crash. Oh, dude, Skylanders too. I mean, obviously Spyro's and I love Skylanders. You know what? A whole thing about Skylanders is I want that game to be ported to PC, and I feel like it would be so perfect for PC.
Yeah. I mean, Activision still owns Spyro and Crash. Toys for Bob was just the studio in charge of the remakes, and they're probably, them and Blue Point are probably the best remake studios in the industry right now. So
Yeah, but they don't own. I mean, they do. They own Skylanders separate, I believe.
Toys for Bob.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I mean, let's see.
because that was part of.
Crash. Well, I know Crash Team Rumble. I think they
Nope,
shut
develop-
down, didn't they?
So Activision does own Skylanders. Activision Blizzard, they're
Oh,
the
shit.
publisher for it. Toys for Bob is just the developer for Skylander. So
Gotcha. God, I
Dude.
would love to see that game be coming to PC.
Do they own Crash?
Crash and Spyro. Yep.
Yeah.
Crash and Spyro. Yeah. Wait, they did Warzone for Call of Duty.
Wait, they did. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait, what?
Toys for Bob helps to develop the seasonal content like map updates, new
Oh.
weapons, new features, and new
So
game
they do the
modes.
season stuff.
Good.
But
Thank God they can get
Warzone
out
is
from
a
underneath that
collaboration
shit.
between like all
Yeah,
of their
they're being
companies.
outsourced for.
Good. They can get out from underneath that garbage. Like fuck that.
Yeah.
Spyro. Dude, I love Skylanders. I loved this. I
Yes.
thought this was so much fun. And this
Dude,
was
Skylanders was so much fun.
such a missed opportunity. Like Disney Infinity and
Yes.
Skylanders were I know it people are like, well, toy collect. I'm like, dude, come on. Like literally, I got a
Dude,
fucking
it's
wall of
such a
pops.
honestly-
cool idea, man. I
It was ahead
have
of
them
its
right
time
behind
because
me.
it's basically the same thing as like Amiibos, but
Yeah.
cooler.
Yeah, I loved them. Amiibos could have been really cool, but Nintendo shot the bed on that one.
See, I got my Skylanders right behind me. I love these guys.
They
So
were,
cool.
yeah, it was dope. It was a
Yeah.
dope idea, man.
I
It
would
is.
love to see more integrations like with this kind of like tech with just like in the PC world too. I mean, they used to do it. It's such an old idea, and I don't know why it. Honestly, I don't know why it died. I think it's so cool. I don't know why people don't like this physical stuff.
All right,
Yeah,
what,
really
what, else, what
it-
else did we
I-
get? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I love physical stuff too.
Yeah,
You,
man.
you know that, but like
We know
like
that.
like those toy aspects of things,
But yeah,
like collector's editions. Like I collect steel books just because I think they're fucking nifty. But like more physical, like direct injection.
I
Like
just don't
I
get
have
how
a
it was
Borderlands
such.
collector's edition, Borderlands 2, and it
Yeah.
has like playing cards on it that you can like scan and
Oh, that's
get like the
sick,
guns.
man.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's like it was so ahead of its time. All of this like old tech, you know, you had like NES with their glove, their shooters and all that kind of
Power Glove
stuff,
was-
and
Power
the
Glove was
power
dope.
glove.
That's so
Well, I'm just saying, like all of it was like way ahead of its time. If that stuff kind of came out now, you imagine like that in VR. You know, I don't know.
No, it'd be cool.
I think I want more. I do
Sure.
more for
I'm
PC
down.
specifically.
I mean, that's kind of
because-
what the NFT space in gaming, at the very least, was trying to hit just on a digital front. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think it would have been a lot more successful on a physical to digital front, a phygital
Yes.
front, if you will.
Digital front.
Well, that's
for the
what
ADHD generation.
actually like Upper Deck, which is they do cards, they do baseball cards, football, all that kind of stuff, but they also do like game cards, like they have World of Warcraft and also that kind of stuff, and they actually, you can buy a digital pack, you open the pack, you own the pack, you can sell and trade the pack, NFT, right? Essentially like an NFT. But then you can redeem it for a physical. It's like they will send you the physical card. Really cool concept. Like, cool, I can buy something and then I can actually redeem it to get a physical copy of that. Really dope. Yeah. I hope Toys for Bob is able to be, now that they've gotten out underneath the umbrella of Activision, are able to actually do something with it. And I mean, it says down here that our friends at Activision and Microsoft have been extremely supportive of our direction, our new direction.
That's
That's
PR.
surprising.
Yeah, I'm sure that is
Yeah,
PR
that's-
bullshit. But in my gamer heart of heart, right? I want to believe that like Phil was like, run and go do things that you should go do, right?
Yeah. I am
Maybe so.
surprised that Microsoft let them off the leash after the acquisition. So
I mean, maybe it's either
Yeah.
that or you got to cut headcount again. I mean, would you rather have this or layoffs? I guess is kind of
true. And if the
the thing.
studio is comfortable enough to be able to go
It's a
full into an
sustain
independent model,
yeah, I mean,
model.
it's the better case scenario than just straight out laying them off. So if this is the whole what
Yeah, that's
what is
big
happening,
speculation. Assuming
yeah, that's speculation. Who
but-
knows?
Yeah.
Anyways,
all right.
let's see what they do.
Well, guys, that's the show. We're got 4 minutes to spare.
You're a show.
We want to anybody here? I'll dance for you real quick. Get a little dance. that shave any minutes? No, just say like 30 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate everybody being here. Make sure that you guys go and check out all of 113 other episodes you can catch on YouTube or Twitch. Obviously, again, your favorite podcasting app. I do also want to do something that we haven't really done before, but really want to shout out Sunsprite Bay for the amazing design that we have for our artwork. If you are
many of our past designs too.
Yeah,
They've been a big supporter and creator for us.
I don't know if she is still taking commissions or open to commissions or whatever else, but Bill, I know you're
She is she's currently closed. The whole new job situation has been taking up a lot of her time. She doesn't have a lot of free time these days. So
well, huge props either way to her, and thank you for the artwork that you see. And also again, thank to Stream Beats, Mr. Harris Heller, for our intro and outro music. He obviously didn't make it for us, but we happily use it, and it has become part of our intro and outro. And thanks to these guys here, this crew, and the amazing community that we have fostered and continue to foster. Make sure, at the very minimum, other aside from being here and listening to us and putting up with my ranting bullshit for 2 hours, go throw a sub out there and tell your friends, get those subscribers our way. Click the I was told by my son that if I say click the bell and subscribe, that down below the channel it's gonna flash and circle and make it all like cool, pretty. I don't know, that's what he said. So
I'm watching.
It's click the subscribe button.
There you go. All right, he just did it. Click the subscribe button. There you go. Hopefully it's all flashy now.
Oh my gosh.
Is it really? No, it's not.
I'm playing.
You lying second.
It really does do it though.
I've seen a video of it, but I don't know if it would do it live. That'd be impressive.
Can I say this?
I don't know if it'll do it live, but it does do it in video format.
All right. Well, can YouTube do this? Hey, stop overloading my fucking bitrate so we can have a functioning stream. Does it listen to that? That would be great.
Now I'm just getting errors everywhere.
Oh my God. All right.
Quite the cinematic experience.
Well, anyway, we are nope, we're not out yet. I got to get the music has been playing in the background this entire time, and it's fucking switched to a different song. Okay, now I got the song. Okay. Y'all have an amazing night. We will catch you guys. Well, goddamn. I thought we were more entertaining than that, Bill, for fuck's sake.
I've been yawning since the start. Don't mind me over here.
Y'all have a nice one. We will see you next Thursday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube and Twitch. Next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Sleep well, pre-patch.
Installation.